deserve love, true love, and that we three may wish her merriment and be on our own merry way.
Aye, sister, a point doth thou makest. I think that if Cyrilla were to wander about here, we ought to proclaim this, that we are in favor of her love for this James.
In favor?
If only she were to walk past.
If only.
If only.
Oh, Cyrilla! There she be! Cyrilla, come here! Good sister.
Cyrilla, please, do not look so mournful and sad, for we have something that will make you quite glad.
What be it then? Nothing could make me glad right now.
We need full support of thy heart, thy love, and thy union with Sir James, this Duke of this here town.
Aye, sister, please forgive us, for our fears have overtaken our good judgment and our good heart.
What be this change?
Wilt thou forgive us?
Speak thee, that this be the one that loveth my James, that stoleth the heart of the one that I love?
I.
What be thy name?
I am Cyrilla. And yes, I do love him, but I hate him. For you, dear lady.
What?
Cyrilla?
What dost thou say, thou hatest him? I know thee to love him
Well,
more than thine own life.
For what reason?
Because if I don't hate him and he marries her, they will never be with a child because he can't.
Sister, this be not the judgment and logic upon your own words. What foul mind has placed such thoughts in thy head?
I know him to have sired many a child.
But I can't break a secret.
Oh, sister, didst thou not hear me? I've known him to sire many a child.
What?
What?
Aye! What lies do drip from thy tongue? Who has poisoned thy ear with such falsehoods?
George.
George!
George?
Yes.
Why, if George were to say stroll past, we would pummel him about the face. A merry stroll I shall take. George! What be this unmanly grief? Unhand me here!
Thy hairless cowpat.
Why, foul tongue, listen by the devil himself!
Why dost thou lambast my head with this foul word? What wicked words hast thou poured into our sister's ears?
Where be my boar's tooth?
Did you not say that if I didn't hate James, that he could not do it with her?
No. All right! Yea, yes, such vile lies did pour from my poor lips. But know that they were oozed from their source by the moist grasp of love. What? Tell us, speak truthfully. For knowest thou that I do love Loretta, sweet Giselle's handmaid, who has promised me she would my wife become once my brother marries she, and then I can have my wife and a freaking beard.
So it's only be thyself that thou think so.
I! Yes! If I be selfish, then selfish be I! But I am thirsty! George! Why hast thou lived thy life by such strange and stringent rules as these?
Such convolution.
This is for a tale of much regret and woe. Shall I tell thee?
Aye, look at
Please.
Knowest thou that whence I was a child, I did my father much adore, and father's dream, above any else, was to be a lawyer. All night long he toiled in his study by the flickering glare of candlelight to learn the law, to create wills and testaments and codicils and fast-binding contracts. And so, in adulation of his inclination, did I enjoin to never break a contract, for in so doing would I my father's soul besmirch. Therefore, rather unnecessarily, some large and complicated contracts did I join myself to, knowing that by doing so I earned my father's love and validated his most ardent desire. Seest thou my point?
But wait, what has that got to do with them doing it?
See, I did a contract make and sign and witness of myself that I shall not drink a beer till brother James marries Giselle, and that I made a contract with her handmaiden and had her sign it thrice, that she shall not marry me until such wedding does take place. If I were this contract to break, I would my Father in heaven curse.
Oh, no, not that.
Knowest not I why we bind ourselves to our parents who have died many, many years ago?
Aye, we should not be shackled by our false promises made that keeps our happiness abided.
Dear sweet lady, thou knowest the pain of a broken heart. Thou wouldst not separate the love of thy handmaiden and this strange fellow.
Nay, for this strange fellow be nearly family to me, and my dear Loretta be also family. I wish them only love. And I fear that these contracts that thou hast made need to be broken. For what would my father say? Well, he knew your father. And I think it's okay.
Aye, George, does thy love not mean more than a piece of paper?
Aye.
And does thy brother's heart not mean more than a glass of beer?
Oh, and yet your words like fingernails of the scornful cat of consequence does scrape my skin. For so did I my brother disown, and in my private moment signed this contract.
Such a thing seems as if it could be easily resolved if thy brother were to simply stroll past, but oh, such a thing would never
Such a thing.
What be the chance of that?
Well,
Wished I not to see that man again. Were he to walk upon us now, I may have bad things to say.
yeah.
Good day, all.
There he be.
I have news to announce to thee. After much introspection, I have turned to the cloth. I have become a man of the Lord.
What denomination?
Televangelical.
Hast thou signed a contract?
In my heart, yes, for in my grief didst I stroll past yon cathedral, when suddenly my ears did come upon the most glorious noise that I have ever heard, a high-pitched hum that didst beckon me forth. 'Twas the top note on the organ being played.
Well, that be my sister. She played the organ at yon church.
And I didst wander in and say, if in this sanctuary there be such an organ, perhaps my organ can find sanctuary here. Thus I have sworn off all women henceforth, and shall be a celibate.
For this good woman shall play thy organ like a flute.
Tempt me not, brother, for I have wronged thee, and can only beg thy forgiveness in my banishment from thy life.
Nay, nay, no, this woman loves thee. 'Twas I who filled her heart and mouth with scorn, with vile lies, and told her thou wert impotent.
Thou hast told her what?
I did lie so that she'd scorn thee, pushing you towards sweet Giselle, allowing me to marry my Loretta, all because of silly words upon a parchment in a simple oath to one long dead. Well, no longer shall I be bound by that. I rip this parchment in two, and I free myself from my father's bond, who I know doth wish me well. Go, good lady, if thou love that man, do profess it.
I wish to tell it to you this way. Won't be just tonight. Tonight, I don't remember the rest.
I am sheathed in heavenly light. A beam has descended upon me.
He gets the point.
Oh, he is risen. He is risen indeed.
Oh, James,
Then, Cyrilla,
James,
wouldst thou have me as thy husband?
yes, yes.
Oh! Oh. And George, wouldst thou have me as thy brother?
Aye, for I do feel love is thick within the air, and here upon this bench, if I mistake it not, I see the flames of love burn bright.
My lady, I must admit that upon yesterday's stroll, I had heard thee sing a melody of quite a beauteous sound.
Must I admit that as I stood here just moments ago, I felt thy piercing gaze embrace me like the morning sun.
Then if it be true, if you agree to my love, then it be not just my gaze that will be piercing.
It's okay, Father.
No! I require your father's permission, yes.
And now, lest I forget her, I extend a hand to my Loretta.
My lady, dost thou give me permission to wed the man I love, even though thou art not marrying thy man original of love?
I do, Loretta. Go be happy. Were my mother here to see such happiness and daughter?
Giselle, as a wedding gift I had hoped to give thee this, the finest polish from the East Indies, as a gift for thy mother. Share it with her now.
But it is a lovely hue, mother. Shall look lovely upon thy toenails. Sir. But alas, one thing, dear daughter, for I have lost your father. He was in a book, so Pinocchio, my love. He doth come with me today. Would I to tell you that I have taken him for a short trip. Well, he seems to like it.
And George, yes. Before we in this dual wedding partake, wouldst thou share with me this drink?
Beer.
A toast.
Aye.
Let us all join, for we have found and shall sing in love's refrain. Truly happiness is here again.
Huzzah!
I'm the artistic director of Synergy Theater, and this is our very band of players. We have another show show this weekend, tomorrow, 3:15 matinee. Come back. It's always a new show. It's always based on your suggestions. Tell your friends. Bring your friends with you. If you can't come back, just send your friends without you. Word of mouth is our best source of advertising, and we appreciate your help very, very much. We're doing 3 more shows in our entire season over the course of the 2021-2022 season. So we have this show this weekend and next weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then in January, we have Spontaneous Charles Dickens, a full-length play in the style of Charles Dickens. Then we have Spontaneous Alfred Hitchcock, and then Improvisers in Space, a science fiction adventure. So if you want to see all of the remaining 3 shows, you can become a 3-show subscriber for just $54. You can see all of our remaining 3 shows. So go online when you get home and subscribe to our 3-pack. You'll enjoy it, I promise you. On your way out, there's a postcard that has all of the shows listed. Please take one. There's a donation box if you'd be kind enough to drop us something on your way out. We'd appreciate it very much. If you want to take one of those envelopes and send us a nice big check in the mail, we'll take that as well. Folks, thank you so much for being here. If you have friends in the cast that you want to say hello to, we're going to exit the theater immediately after we're done. Go around to the stage door entrance and everybody will be up there to say hello to you. Have a wonderful evening, and always remember that Synergy Theater loves you. Good night.